Last year, you said you had filters in your mind to help you quickly analyze businesses. How do your filters take into account the very fast changes in technology and the way that businesses communicate with their customers, take orders, things like that?
Well, we do have filters, and sometimes those filters are very irritating to people who check in with us about businesses, because we really can say in 10 seconds or so no to 90% plus of all the things that come in, simply because we have these filters. We have some filters in regard to people too. But the question of technology is very simple. That doesn't make it through our filter. I mean, so if something comes in where there's a technological component that's of significance, or where we think that future technology could hurt the business as it presently exists, we look at, we look at that as something to worry about. It won't make it through the filter. We want things that we can understand, which filters out a lot of things, and we want them to be good businesses, and we want the people to be the people we're very comfortable with. That means ability and integrity, and we can do that very fast. We've heard a lot of stories in our lives, and it's amazing how you can become quite efficient in probably getting 95% of the ideas through in a very short period of time that should get through. Charlie?
Yeah, we have to have an idea that is A, a good idea, and B, a good idea that we can understand. It's just that simple. And so those filters are filters against consequences from our own lack of talent.
Filters haven't changed much over the years either. Okay, area 5.
Hi, I'm Alan Maxwell. I live in the wonderful tropical island of Omaha.
Well, that's right up there with Exarban. That's Nebraska spelled backwards.
Everybody in this room's got to be wondering the same question. Who, in your opinion, both of you, is the next Warren Buffett?
Charlie? Who's the next Charlie Munger? Well, let's try that first. That's a more difficult question.
There's not much demand. I don't think there's only one way to succeed in life, and our successors in due time may be different in many ways, and they may do better.
Incidentally, we have a number of people in the company, some of whom are in this room today, and the ones you saw on that screen, who are leagues ahead of Charlie and me in various kinds of abilities. I mean, there's a lot of different talents. We've got a fellow in this room today who's the best bridge player probably in the world, and Charlie and I could work night and day, and if he spent 10 minutes a week working on it, he'd play better bridge than we would. And all kinds of intellectual endeavors that for some reason or another, one person's a little bit better wired for than someone else. And we have people running our businesses that if Charlie and I were put in charge of those businesses, we couldn't do remotely as well as they do. So there's a lot of different talents. The two that we're responsible for is keep able people who are already rich motivated to keep working at things where they don't need to do it for financial reasons. I mean, it's that simple, and that's a problem any of you could think about, and you'd probably be quite good at it if you gave it a little thought, because you'd figure out what would cause you to work if you were already rich and didn't need the job. Why would you jump out of bed and be excited about going to work that day? And then we try to apply that to the people who work with us. Secondly, we have to allocate capital. And these days we have to allocate a lot more capital than we had to allocate a decade ago. That job is very tough at present. Sometimes it's very easy, and it will be easy at times in the future, and it'll be difficult at times in the future. But there are other people that can allocate capital, and we have them in the company. Charlie, you have any?
No.
Okay.
You obviously have filters that you apply on selecting people, as you do on stocks. Can you tell us a little bit about what those filters are?
Filters on people?
Yes, in selecting, you have an ability to motivate people who have a lot of money to keep working. What do you look for to figure out who those people are?
Well, that is a key question, because when we buy businesses, we don't have managers to put in them. I mean, we're not buying them that way. We don't have a lot of MBAs around the office that we're...
Thank God.
Yeah. That I have not promised that they're going to have all kinds of opportunities. So, as a practical matter, we need management with the businesses that we buy. And 3 times out of 4 or thereabouts, the manager is the owner and is receiving tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars. So they don't have to work. And we have to decide in that time when we meet them whether they love the business or love money. And we're not making a moral judgment. Charlie may, but I'm not making a moral judgment about whether it's better to love the business or love money, but it's very important for me to know which of the two is the primary motivator with them. And we have had extremely good luck in identifying people who love their business. And so all we have to do is avoid anything that on our part that diminishes that love of the business or makes other conditions so intolerable that they overcome that love of the business. And we have a number of people working for us that have no financial need to work at all, and they probably outwork 95% or more of the people in the world, and they do it because they love smacking the ball. And we virtually had no mistakes in that respect. And we have identified a number of people, Charlie and I have, in terms of proposals to us, where we felt that they liked the money better than the business. They were kind of tired of the business, and they might promise us that they would continue on and they would do it in good faith, but something would happen 6 months later or a year later, and they'd say to themselves, why am I doing this, for Berkshire Hathaway when I could be doing whatever else they want to do? I can't tell you exactly what filter it is that we put them through mentally, but I can tell you that if you've been around a while, I think you can have a pretty high batting average in coming to those conclusions, as you can about other aspects of human behavior. I'm not saying you can take 100 people and take a look at them and analyze their personalities or anything of the sort, but I think when you see the extreme cases, the ones that are going to cause you nothing but trouble, or the ones that are going to bring you nothing but joy, I think you can identify those pretty well. Charlie?
Well, yeah, I think it's pretty simple. You've got integrity, intelligence and experience, and dedication. And that's what human enterprises need to run well, and we've been very lucky in getting this marvelous group of associates to work with all these years. It would be hard to do better, I think, than we've done in that respect. Look around this place. I mean, and particularly you young people, look around this place. Look at how much gratification can come into these lives, which have been mostly spent in deferring gratification. It's a very funny group of people, you shareholders.